Alright, we got the Honda ht3813 tractor out. We're going to do an oil change on it. We're also going to do the differential oil change on it. And I'm going to change the air filter too. So I'm just letting it warm up to get the oil circulated. It really is a great tractor. We'll just tune her up. I'm probably going to change the antifreeze too. Might not get that today, but everything else I should be able to do today. I might add a coolant gauge, temperature gauge to it too, but that definitely won't be today. I still got to get one. But that's so. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit and I'll show you how to drain the oil and change the filter. Alright, so the engine oil drain bolt, kind of hard to see, but it's almost right above the steering linkage. It's right here. That's the, I can get a better angle over here, maybe not, but that's the engine oil drain bolt right there. So I'm going to take that off and let it drain. Alright, so the socket required to do this is a 17 millimeter. I put on my little extension just to get it away from the engine mount down here. And you just loosen her up. I can probably undo it by hand now. I have to put the camera down, I think. But there, that's how you do it. Alright, there you go. Just let it drain out, and I usually let it trickle for a little while, and then we'll pull the filter off. Alright, there's your steering gear. While we're down here, we're also going to lube that up because it's bone dry, and it should have some grease on it. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick while we're down here too. Okay, we got our steering gear lubed up on this side. I gotta still do the other side. And got our oil drain bolt back in. It's hard to see at this angle, but it's right there. So let's move on to the oil filter. Alright, you'll notice I moved the catch pan to right underneath the oil filter. It'd be a good idea to do that. I'm going to drape a couple paper towels over the starter, just so when we do lose a little oil coming out of there, it's not going to saturate the starter. So just take your oil filter, your universal fit-all, and just loosen it up. Now you notice I still have the OEM filter on this one, but I found a Mobile 1. There you go, it'll just drain out. I found a Mobile 1 all over the belt. That's beautiful. Good engineering, Honda. I have a Mobile 1 filter that's a little bit better. I'm going to be putting in this one's place. You see the oil's not too dirty. And that's the way I don't like to get it dirty and then change it. So doing some research, I found a comparable mobile oil filter. See, it's identical. It's Mobile M1 104, high efficiency, high capacity, standard performance. It's a little more readily available than the Honda filter, and it supposedly does a better job at filtration. So we're going to give that a shot this time. and see how it does. The oil I used the Rotella 1540. Pretty much converted everything I have into using that now. I always put a little oil in the filter too. Just a little bit so we're not dry starting it. Get a little on there. And, you know, the paper filter inside will absorb most of that anyway, but so that'll go ahead and screw it on. Should only be on hand tight. If you want, you take two hands and turn a little bit, but you only really need to go hand tight on it. Maybe just, you know, an extra quarter turn afterwards. So there we go. The filter's installed, hand tight. I used two hands just to give a little extra at the end. And now we're ready to fill it up with oil now. Alright, I'll get the oil done and move on to the air filter here. Take off the two top nuts. You can see we're a little clogged up here. Some debris got sucked in. No big deal. Alright, so this is the new filter. You can see it comes with a new pre-element. These are actually very cheap filters. Well, not very cheap, but I found them pretty cheap on eBay. What I like to do is treat this pre-element like you would in a ATV or dirt bike, and spray it with a little foam treatment. It'll help keep the dirt out of the paper filter, or use a little motor oil or two-stroke oil and just squeeze it out real well. Alright, so let's go ahead, and it doesn't matter which way you put it in, it's universal, it's oval. And push it on like that. Find the cover here. Put the cover on. And put your winglets back on. It'll be a little hard, you'll feel it push down, compress the rubber on the bottom of the filter. You want to go, no gorilla torque required here. Just want to snug it up evenly on both sides. And that's it. Now, I gotta drive it around a little bit to get to the, to let the differential, the transmission fluid heat up, so what we're gonna do is do that now. Okay, there's the drain bolt for the transmission. It's right across from the left rear tire. And that as well uses the number 17 metric to get off. So I just broke it free. Let's see how disgusting this fluid is. It's not bad at all, actually. There. So back in there is the fill for the transmission. When it's full, it'll start trickling out as you're filling it. So at that point, you'll stop, and you need to get in there with your extension and a 17 mil and break that free to get it open.